Well, good evening, this is Houndog Steve. How are you today? I hope everyone is doing just fantastic. We have had thick rainfall, everything has come on, the weather has cooled off a little bit, so it's a little bit more moderate. And here I am standing by my tomato plants. And what we're going to do is we're going to find out how to tickle your tomatoes to increase your yield. Now, one of the interesting things about tomatoes and peppers, and there are several other plants, but they have male and female parts on each plant, and so the plant can self-pollinate. And sometimes if there isn't enough pollinators around, or the weather isn't quite right, or of course not every flower gets to be pollinated, so you can do this by hand very, very simply. And when you do, you are going to increase your yield by about 300 or 400%. Normally about 25% of flowers on tomato plants get pollinated by pollinators, and by doing this by hand, by taking a moment, you are going to increase the yield an amazing amount. You are going to be absolutely staggered when you see how well this works. So this is another one of Houndog's tips. And you can see here are the flowers right here. The whole plant is just absolutely covered with flowers. You can see how big these things are. And anyways, now you have to be reasonably gentle, but basically you're just going to wiggle that around with your finger. You're going to tickle them. You're going to tickle them. And that will just distribute the pollen, and it will make sure that all of those flowers get fertilized. Now, unless you are exceedingly rough, you are not going to hurt these flowers at all. And as I say, just go around the whole plant, doing that, giving a good shake and tickling your tomatoes, tickling your tomatoes. And of course, as I say, you can do the same with your peppers. Just give them a good tickle. When you think that these plants withstand heavy rains and high winds, you realize that they are, as I say, fairly robust, and they will take quite a little bit of punishment. Like I say, as long as you're not absolutely violent with them. It's like ruffling somebody's hair. There you go. You're not going to damage them. And so you just go through the whole plant, all of your plants, and you just play with those flowers, or you can even give the plant a little shake like that to help distribute the pollen from the flowers. And do it on a nice warm part of the day, and you will have tons and tons and tons of tomatoes. Okay, so this is Houndog Steve signing off. It's just a little tip for you with your tomatoes, seeing as we're getting to the point now where tomatoes are coming on strong and there's a lot of flowering. So this is Houndog Steve signing off, hoping you have a great week, and we will talk real soon. You take care now. See ya. Bye.